Hi everyone, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make these 2-in-1 chocolate slice and bake cookies. We're going to be making one dough and then flavoring it into two flavors, hazelnut and pistachio. This recipe is so quick and simple, it requires like very basic ingredients that you probably have in your pantry right now, and the cookies turn out buttery and delicious and they just melt in your mouth. So without further ado, let's get started. In a large bowl, we're going to add in some unsalted butter that's super soft like this. The softer your butter, the easier it's going to be to incorporate with the other ingredients. But that does not mean you're going to use melted butter. We want to use super soft butter like this. Next, we're going to add in some granulated sugar, and then we're going to beat this using an electric mixer on medium speed until it's nice and creamy and fluffy. If you don't have an electric mixer, don't worry, you can definitely do this with a spatula. Having soft butter is going to make that very easy for you. We're not looking to make this super fluffy like buttercream, we're just beating it until it's nice and creamy and incorporated. Next, we're going to scrape down the sides of our bowl and then add in the dry ingredients. This includes some all-purpose flour, some unsweetened cocoa powder, and a half a teaspoon of salt. I'm using Dutch processed cocoa powder because the cocoa powder is what's going to give us a chocolate flavor in this recipe, so the better the quality of cocoa powder, the more chocolatey your cookies will taste. But you could also use natural cocoa powder, that is totally okay. I'm going to use my electric mixer on low speed to give that a mix until it's nice and crumbly. Then I'm going to switch to a spatula because it's going to get difficult to use the electric mixer. The detailed recipe with tips and tricks, step-by-step instructions, as well as a printable recipe is available on my website, thefoodflamingo.com, and you can find a link to that in the description box below. I will also leave links to other cookie recipes that you have to try, so you can check those out as well. Now, it was actually getting a bit difficult to use a spatula as well, so I just decided to ditch that and use my hands. Of course, if you find this gross, you can continue to use a spatula, or if you have a stand mixer, you can make this entire dough in the stand mixer. That would be much easier. And when you're using your hands to bring the dough together, remember that we're not trying to knead the dough because this isn't bread. We're just going to mix until all the flour is incorporated like this. The dough is a little bit sticky. It's not very dry, but don't worry, this is going to go in the refrigerator anyways. What I'm going to do now is divide the dough in exactly half like this, and then remove one half the dough and add it to a separate bowl. In half of the dough, I'm going to add some roughly chopped hazelnuts and then use a spatula to give that a good mix. If you don't want to use hazelnuts or pistachios, you can definitely use some other types of nuts or even chocolate chips or raisins. And then in the other half of the dough, I'm going to add in some roughly chopped pistachios and then give that a good mix as well. Slice and bake cookies are very simple because you can make these and leave them in the refrigerator for around 4 to 5 days, or even freeze them for up to 2 months. And then whenever you're ready to bake them, all you have to do is slice them up and put them in the oven. Now it's time to prep the cookie dough. I'm going to start off with the hazelnut dough and place it on a large piece of plastic wrap like this. I'm going to use my hands to bring the dough together into a rough log shape like this. You do want to make sure that the amount of dough is even across the entire log. Then you're going to roll it up in the plastic wrap like this, and then use your hands to roll it until it's nice and smooth. I'm also going to fold over the edges so that they're covered, and then continue rolling until it's even and smooth. I'm also going to tap the two ends on the counter like this to get flat edges on the sides. Now we're going to repeat this process with the other half of the dough. Use your hands to create a rough log shape like this, and then what you're going to do is fold the plastic wrap over and then continue to roll it to make it nice and smooth. It's very simple, and why I love slice and bake cookies is because you don't need to roll out the dough and use cookie cutters. You don't need to get your hands messy with flour or anything like that. Once again, you're going to roll it until it's nice and smooth, fold in the edges of the plastic wrap, and then you can even tap the sides on the counter to make it nice and flat, and then continue to roll until you're happy with the shape. Now what I'm going to do is place both of these logs in the refrigerator for at least 2 hours. You need to chill these for at least 2 hours, otherwise it's going to be difficult to slice them. I have here some finely chopped hazelnuts. I'm going to unroll the hazelnut log and then roll this in the finely chopped hazelnuts. As you can see, it's a little bit difficult, so if I were to do this again, I would definitely chop the hazelnuts even smaller. But what I did was I just used my hands to push it in, and I did end up snapping it a little bit, but that's totally okay because it just made it easier to roll in the hazelnuts. If your hazelnuts or nuts are not sticking on the outside, what you can do is add a layer of egg wash. Just use a pastry brush and brush on some egg wash, and that way the nuts will stick very easily. I'm going to repeat this process with some finely chopped pistachios. As you can see, I did chop the pistachios much finer because I had a hard time with the hazelnuts. And there you go. That is what your logs should look like. They look so pretty. Now what you're going to do is slice them up. You can make these as thick as you'd like. I was doing it a little bit over 1/4 of an inch, but it's totally up to you. Just remember to adjust the baking time if you're going to be making these thicker. Doesn't that look so pretty? Repeat this process with both of your cookie dough logs. I did end up breaking my pistachio log while I was moving it, but that's also another great thing about slice and bake cookies because we're gonna cut them up anyways. It's not a big problem. I did make these a little bit thicker because I wanted to see what I preferred, and I think I like this size better than the hazelnut ones. If you want to receive all of my newest recipes sent straight to your inbox, you can find a link to join my newsletter in the description box below. Also, while you're watching, leave a comment of where you're watching from or what your favorite cookie is. I would love to know. I'm going to arrange these on a lined baking sheet, leaving a little bit of space in between because they will spread just a little bit. We're going to bake these in an oven preheated to 160 degrees Celsius for around 12 to 15 minutes. The cookies will be soft when they come out of the oven, but they will harden as they cool. Since this recipe does make a lot of cookies, I recommend baking around 2 trays at a time. Once baked, let the cookies cool down in the tray for around 5 minutes, then transfer them to a cooling rack to cool down completely. And that's it, your chocolate slice and bake cookies in 2 flavors is ready to go. It's so simple. It's made with a handful of ingredients and it's so crunchy and delicious on the inside. It's perfect with a cup of tea or coffee. And you can easily make this even if it's your first time baking because you don't need to worry about rolling out dough or using any cookie cutters. I used this recipe for my holiday cookie box from last year, which was like a month ago, and it was one of my favorites because it was so simple to make when I had a lot of cookies to make. Now let's see how crunchy this cookie is. I will leave a video of how I assembled that box in the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you found this helpful, and I will see you in the next video. It's become a holiday tradition of mine to create an ebook of all of the cookie recipes of that year's cookie box and share it with all of you. I only did this for the first time last year, and this is the second year in a row, so that's a tradition in my opinion. This year's theme was doable recipes. I wanted the recipes to be easy so that anyone can pull them off even if it was their first time making cookies, but I still wanted them to taste amazing, and I think this box did definitely that. There is a variety while still keeping the recipes quite simple. You can get this free ebook using the link in my bio. It's the first link on my link tree, or you can DM me on Instagram and I can send you the link directly. I hope you love this as much as I do, and happy holidays and happy baking.